Hello, and thank you for purchasing this video. This is the intros and outros. So basically, we're going to give you a little form that you should probably print off. That way you can figure out how you want to layer your wedding dance. Based off of all these intros, you're going to pick out the best intro that you feel fits your dance floor and also complements you guys and fits your personality. So make sure to write the intro that you're wanting to use and the ending that you're wanting to use. If you didn't purchase the second program, I highly suggest purchasing the second program so that way you can actually learn how to dance in between. Unless you already know how to dance, then purchase the right program. We're going to get started with the intros and outros. So this is going to be guys' tips to remember, okay? So guys, when you're out on the dance floor, I wanna make sure that because you don't know what her wedding dress is going to be, you're going to want to kind of expect for everything, okay? It's either going to be form-fitting, really nice and tight, or it's going to be a bell or even a half bell. So that way, usually you don't have to worry about a train or stepping on anything on the back, but for the sake of all things wedding dances, we're going to put a rule that we are not going to make big steps. So if you can see my feet, I don't want to be like big steps on anything. It is a normal step. You don't want to step on her dress, and I've seen it happen thousands of times because I've been doing this for a long time. All right, what you want to do for the sake of all the wedding dance is you want to shuffle your feet, okay? When doing any moves, everything's a slide, okay? So you want to make sure your feet are used to sliding, just kind of shifting your weight and being able to slide. You also want to take shorter steps, all right? As guys, when we have the lady, we feel like we have to, if she's taking and she's way out in front of us, we feel like we have to take big steps, and we don't, all right? So feel like you could just take shorter steps, everything's underneath you, so that way she has a lot of time to maneuver around. Let's quickly talk about shoes. I do a lot of wedding dances in boots. Now, if they're leather, you're able to maneuver on the floor and slide. But if you're on concrete with leather, you're not gonna slide as much. So it all depends on your floor surface and the type of shoes you wear. So I would strongly suggest that you pick out a boot, a tennis shoe that's going to allow you to pick up your feet and slide. So basically you could still pick up your feet of your heel. You just cannot pick up your toes because you want to be able to not step on her dress, okay? Other than that, let's get on with the dancing. All right, see you in the next video.
Okay, ladies, I just want to give you a little bit of advice. We've done so many weddings, and typically we can foresee problems. So jewelry, I wore this to remind myself, to remind you guys. You've got to practice in whatever jewelry you're gonna wear that day, because if you're doing some of our more crazy things, like this is gonna move around, okay? I've even had big necklaces hit me in my teeth, and I've had earrings get in my eyes. So if you're doing some of our more crazy stuff, practice in your jewelry, and just practice in your jewelry just to play it safe anyway, okay? So shoes are so important. Whatever shoes you're wearing on your wedding day, I would highly recommend that you practice at least 5 times in those shoes, because then you're gonna add in skirt and corset and bustiers and all these other things, and it's hard to like feel normal. So at least practice in your shoes. I know you obviously don't want to practice in your wedding gown because it's a surprise, but practice in your shoes. And I also recommend, if you can, go to your reception hall and test out whatever floor. It could be concrete, it could be wood, it could be, oh my gosh, tile or whatever, and it could be sticky or it could be slick. So I highly recommend that you go out there, turn, get a feel for it so it's not some big surprise, okay? Another thing, practice in a skirt that simulates what you and your future husband are going to experience on the dance floor. Because if you're wearing a big poofy skirt, you're gonna have to create some space between you, okay? And it's easy for him to step on it or for you to step on it with your heels. So obviously, if you don't wanna wear your big poofy gown or your really super tight gown, whatever it is that you're wearing, just practice in something similar so that you're not surprised. You need to give yourself as much relaxation as possible, okay? Because you're probably gonna have some nerves. Also hair, if you're having like big hair here or something like that and you're doing a face loop or something, think about your hairstyle in terms of, you don't want to get caught in it, he doesn't want to get caught in it. things like that. I've known some ladies who've done like big side braids that are all billowing down here. You probably don't want to do a floor dip because your hair is going to fall off your shoulder and you're going to step on it, or he might step on it. Okay, so think about these little things when you choose your choreography, and then think about these things when you actually go to practice for your dance, so that you're not having to be surprised on the day of. And it's fine if you feel nerves on the day of. It's very normal, but just know at the end of the day, it's all about you, and people are going to love it no matter what. So good luck.